So we've moved many times as a result of EHS. It backfired on us not once but many times. And one of the things I would like to do is when people really suffer from EHS and they're looking for a place where it's safer for them and better for them to live, that I can give guidance on how to do that effectively. Everything is so connected now in the cities that if you've got EHS, you sort of feel like the guy you see on the right-hand side, terribly frightened of what is in front of you and what you're being exposed to. Now, when you go off-grid to escape all of EMF, there's a few things that you need to take cognizance of just to make sure that you're not getting into a position that's actually worse than the one you have been in before. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is electricity, especially on farms, and this is my experience everywhere we've lived to date, that dirty electricity is a problem. What happens on farms is people like the DIY approach. So what they tend to do is they do their own wiring. I've been in, these houses on stilts, these wooden log homes, where you've got, it's like leads running all around, top, bottom, underneath. I've recently been in one where the DB box is underneath the house and there's wires running all around. And the moment you've got a coil, then the signals are much, much, much stronger. So it's very important that, you need to look at the wiring. And older homes, I would actually not recommend you move into an older home unless you actually test the electricity before you go in to check that the wiring is correct, which is not going to be the actual chances of it being correct is very, very, very low. Another major thing is high voltage overhead power lines. Those silver ones with the transformers, with the big transformers, massive issue. Where we live, as far as you drive between here and town, it's just overhead power lines, I tell you, and there's hundreds of them. And I'm going to show you another photo just now of what these sort of power lines look, and the differences in South Africa in terms of their levels of voltage. Now, the best tips I can give to you is to stay clear from high voltage power lines. The only power lines which I felt personally I could cope with were the single lines that were insulated. So it's a black cable, and I would still suggest you need to test it. And how do you test it? You feel it. You need to go and stay there for a night or two and see if it affects you. And you can see if you take this photo that you see I've got on the left-hand side, here are high voltage ones. Those are typically the silver ones. But then you get, as they go closer to the homes, they actually tone down in terms of voltage, and it brings it down to a 220 that goes into the house. So in South Africa, it's 220 volts. And this is typically that single black line. Now, this is sort of the thing you see. If you see this, you've got to be hundreds of meters away from it. You can see here is the typical picture of how the very big power lines have transformers in between them. And what they do is they actually tone the voltage down to the level that is required for a house. So these overhead power lines, high voltage, you should really avoid staying close to any one of those.